Hello everyone, Cap here and welcome back to some more Mechabellum. The new unit is here, the WRAITH. Let's see it in action real quick. So it's basically this UFO kind of thing, and it has 4 guns, 4 weapons. You will see here in a moment. So these 4 weapons kind of spawn for a moment and then all start shooting. They can attack different targets, but also can attack the same target. And let me show you the text on this thing, because there are new texts with this. 2 completely new texts just invented for the WRAITH. So here we go. The WRAITH. Before we get into the text, let's see the base stats here. So it has 10 speed, and 10 speed is the same speed as an Overlord, for example. It does deal about 1000 damage per shot, so that's 4000 damage in total with the 4 cannons. And maybe most importantly, it does have a range of 50. That is very, very short. It's the same range as wasps. So this is probably the most defining feature of this thing, the short range here. Because that kind of makes a big difference in how you can play this, and probably should play this. That being said, it does have almost 16,000 HP, and that is the same HP as an Overlord, pretty much. Almost the exact same number, it's just like 100 more or something. So it's very tanky in a sense, or kind of tanky for a flying unit at least. Also, what is different about this unit is the price is 300. This unit is the first unit in the game that costs 300. Right, let's have a look at these tags. So first one is already a new one. It's called Floating Artillery Array. WRAITH's movement speed is reduced by 3, but the number of floating cannons is increased from 4 to 8. So 8 cannons instead of these 4. These red things, by the way, are the cannons here. So double the cannons, double damage, but also can attack more targets at once, theoretically. So this is quite strong, and it's also 400 credits though. And it reduces the speed by 3. So while we are on this topic, I think this unit is only really playable in either defensive scenarios, so when your opponent is pushing aggressively, or if you are yourself pushing aggressively. If you are in a standard match where both of you play standard, so regular setup near your towers, each of you, this unit I think is pretty bad because of the range, and the speed isn't that great either. So wasps at least have 16 speed with the same range, so maybe they even get in, but this one is so slow. Until it gets into battle, it will probably get sniped down, so it's very awkward. However, in a defensive scenario, so you get pushed in towards your tower by multiple units or something, this thing can actually be really good, and especially with this. So if you're defensive, you don't really care about the movement speed. You just position this near your tower and press this, and all of a sudden you basically have a tower kind of that can defend your other towers. So this one is a very strong defensive unit, I think, against aggressive pushes. And this tag in particular could be very good for that. Speaking of, the second new tag, this one is also very much tailored towards countering aggression, because Degenerate Beam projects a degenerate beam to enemy ground units within a range of 120. The affected unit's movement speed is reduced by 40%, their attack power is reduced by 30%, and they take an additional 30% damage when attacked. So this one is kind of clearly tailored towards defending aggro with like steel balls or rhinos. So if you have this, it will slow down the steel balls or the rhinos, and also they will deal less damage, which is okay, but not that important. But more importantly, they also take damage, 30% additional damage. This one slows and makes sure the units die even quicker, so they can't push in towards your tower. I really like this. So having a unit that's kind of tailored towards defending aggro, I think a lot of people will like this. That being said though, It's really just good for these scenarios, probably. I haven't actually played it yet, but from a little bit that I've seen so far and from just testing this a little bit in the testing grounds and everything, it really seems to be shining and only shining when it is used defensively or maybe to push in, but then you can't press this because it loses speed. So if you play aggro yourself, probably want to get range and maybe HE ammo to clean up the small stuff and then push towards the tower or something. But yeah, I'm not an aggro player, so for me, I will use this to defend aggro pushes. But also only aggro pushes with ground units. If you get boat rushed, so overlords pushed in towards your tower, this beam, for example, does not do anything because it is ground units only. But yeah, the other attacks, range, and very good here. So it's from 50 to 90. It's quite the big increase for this unit because the base is so low. So it's kind of similar to Wasps here. Armor enhancement, so you can counter Mustangs with this thing. And can counter Mustangs quite nicely, actually. You could also pick up HE ammo. And this one with armor enhancement and HE ammo would hard counter Mustangs, which is kind of awesome. Also, field maintenance. So this is kind of similar as Overlords as well. Overlords can also have an armor enhancement and field maintenance, also HE ammo. So yeah, kind of similar to an Overlord, but because multiple cannons and everything, it's better at clearing up trash. So everything that's smaller, like Mustangs or Fangs or something. There were 2 more changes that came in with this recent patch that I want to talk about. Well, actually 3. So balance adjustments. Marksman now also has area specialization, so it has a tech option to be better against air units. This is obviously to deal with the Wraith. So if this is kind of a fail-safe tech, so if the Wraith is just OP, the Marksman tech here can take care of it. I'm not sure you actually need it, but this one clearly would be very good against the Wraith. And also Fortress Rocket Punch, a little bit more expensive, was too much value and probably still is at 300 credits, but whatever. At least a little bit of a nerf to Rocket Punch. And the most important change that is not on here is the zoom was fixed. So you cannot zoom out any further than usual anymore. So this is the maximum zoom. The trick with like holding middle mouse button and moving around and everything does not work anymore. This is the maximum zoom you are getting at the moment. That's probably the biggest change for me this patch. Even though there's a new unit, the zoom out is my biggest change here. I really don't like that. That being said, I saw on the Discord already that one of the devs mentioned that they are looking into putting in an option into the game to zoom out further, like manually without any tricks or anything. So they are maybe working on it and not sure how long it will take, but eventually we will get our zoom back. Since I'm not an aggro player myself, I will kind of need to wait until someone pushes me aggressively, until I can pull this out and actually play it effectively. So not sure how long that will take, but I will do my best to get it into action, and the next video will be about using the Wraith. Or maybe I just look through a couple of games and find someone else who plays it and makes good use of it. Either way, next video that I will share will be about using this unit. That was it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video where I will show off the Wraith in action. Alright, take care, bye!